So instead of that summer going home, I applied for a job as an orderly up in surgery at the hospital there, and I enjoyed it. And I had thought originally I was going to be, quote, a chemist or a chemical engineer. Well, anyway, I enjoyed the time in surgery so much that I came back and I asked my folks, I said, would you mind if I switched and went into medicine? They said, no, we'd be very happy. Because there were two things they always were very pleased if I do. One was be a minister and the other would be a doctor. And I knew I didn't want to be a minister. So anyway, then I started the junior year, and I could, let's see, so I didn't lose a beat on the subjects. I switched right over, and then I stayed during the summer. Normally, you work during the winter and you're off in the summer. I decided I'd go to summer school. So I added another term on, and that was the time then when the war came along. And I had, fortunately, a higher draft number, but by taking that extra training, got me into where I was applying for med school and got accepted. And so my roommate got drafted, and he was sent overseas, and we got word back that he was killed.
Oh.
And anyway, by being in med school then, the Army came along and said, well, we'll have a shortage of doctors if we don't exempt them for now. So they had this, what they call the ASTP, Army Specialized Training Program. So we were inducted in the Army. We would march to class. We lived in the dormitory. We'd march to class, and we'd drill on the weekend. So we were in the Army, but still going to med school. And I was getting $50 a month.
Wow.
Which was a godsend because I had room and board free and $50. And that saved, of course, my dad any money too, but that was quite a deal. And then we went the year round. So I finished 4 years in 2 2/3 years.
How old were you when you got out of medical school?
21. Just turned 22 when I got
Wow.
my diploma.
Wow.
That's pretty young to
Yes.
be a doctor.
Yes.
Then I had a year of internship, and then I had to go back in the service again as an officer to pay back 2 years of the time I was in as a private first class in the med school.
Oh. I thought that you traded jobs with someone and that you got...
I did.
Yeah, you didn't talk about that.
Well, the job in the hospital was a janitor in surgery. And this other fellow that had been the janitor was promoted to orderly in the surgery. We're working together. And he didn't mind. He liked to mop the floors and stuff, but he didn't really want the orderly job, but it paid $5 a month more. And that was a lot. He was married with kids. And so I didn't like mopping the floor, and I don't think he liked the way I did it either. Anyway, I said, why don't we switch jobs and you keep the higher pay? You do the janitor work, but get the $55, and I'll be the orderly and get 50. Fine with him. And so then I was like a non-sterile nurse. I'd go into the operating room, and you'd open up the autoclaved bundle there and hand it to the nurse, and she'd take that out and do another deal and so on to put it on the tray for the surgeon. And anyway, I was in the surgery seeing that, and I had told everybody that I was interested in medicine or pre-med. So all the interns and residents were real nice to me. They showed me and helped me, and I don't know what all. We did bronchoscopy, and they had me look down the tube.
Oh, interesting.
And fluoroscopy. They had me go in and look at the heart beating as they were doing things. And we did drip anesthesia, ether, in those days. And they had me do that.
Wow.
Under their supervision, of course. Anyway, they did all these things nice. And I really, really, for the first time, enjoyed it. And actually, that's where I belong. I would have been I got a BS degree in chemistry, but it was qualitative and quantitative analysis and those kind of subjects, those didn't appeal to me at all. And I wasn't adept at it. I had to work hard to get it all. Whereas medicine just came easy and I enjoyed it. And I had a good memory, fortunately. And I could remember the words, and they stuck, you know. So I would take, we had all these terms, a word, what does that mean? I have no idea. You look over here and it tells you like foreign language, practically. I'd take a page, look it down, and be able to almost memorize it. So I'd go through all these pages over a period of time to where, otherwise you'd read one line and you didn't know what that word meant. You'd have to go look it up. And the same thing, the next line, so on. Well, by knowing them, you could read it and get it done, so.
You also really enjoyed exercise too, when you got into the Army, didn't you?
I still don't like to exercise.
So what did you do about running when they made you run around the track?
Well, we had in our ROTC before even, that was before, but then in the Army, they had us running around the oval track for exercise. And I ran around once or twice. This is ridiculous. I don't like this. And I thought, you know, I was toward the back of it. I think I saw some bushes over here. I think I can lay off for a time or two and then join them when they come around again. So I get over in these bushes, and there's another guy in there. And the guy says, well, hello, friend. That was Zalak, my buddy. And we've kept in touch with each other ever since. We roomed together and everything.